So there's this new Gundam game that I want to talk about that was just announced, and I know a lot of you are probably surprised. Like, this guy's talking about Gundam. He's talking about a Gundam game. He doesn't usually talk about games besides Call of Duty, but there's a reason why I want to talk about this game. There's actually a couple reasons why I want to talk about this game, but the main thing that I think caught probably most people by surprise is that with this new Gundam game called Gundam Evolution, which is apparently coming out in 2022 for PC in Japan as of right now. That's all we know right now. But here's like the catch. Here's the thing with this Gundam game. It is a 6v6 free to play, which okay, right? 6v6 free to play. First person shooter. A first person shooter Gundam game? When I saw this, I was like, really? Is this really a thing? Is this really happening? And then I saw the gameplay, the trailer for it. And I'm like, the first thing I said was Overwatch. Literally, the layout, how it looks, it's Gundam Overwatch. So that was like the first thing with this that really caught my attention. And I know I'm not super crazy like into Gundam. I have watched a few select Gundam series, and I'm familiar with some of the kits, but I'm not super crazy about it. Like, I want to be at some point. I need to be at some point. Like, honestly, that's always been something on my sort of, I guess, anime bucket list, if you want to put it that way, is going back, watching the OG Gundam, going through like UC timeline, and then a lot of the other things as well, because there's so many iconic kits with Gundam. My personal favorite, though, and something that really got me excited when I saw the visual for this new game, Gundam Evolution, and even in the gameplay, is the show-off of Barbatos from Iron-Blooded Orphans. Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, which is one of my favorite mech series of all time. I love that series. I love that suit. Hopefully, we see Barbatos Lupus Rex. I love Barbatos, man. And I'm already thinking about getting in a game, loading in a game, whenever that's going to be. I don't know when that's going to be. But I'm already thinking about getting in there with Barbatos and just wrecking shit. Hopefully. Hopefully. Because first-person shooters are like my thing, typically, I would say. So hopefully, I know it's coming in 2022. Hopefully I can play it sometime in 2022. Now, we don't know exactly, and it's only in Japan so far, but I would hope that, I guess somehow I could still even play it if it doesn't come to the West. I could somehow make that happen, I would assume. But to be playing in a lot of these suits, now I don't know if they're going to have as many as Gundam Versus, because I know Gundam Versus has a lot. I haven't played Gundam Versus, but I know it has a lot of suits. I don't know. And if it is a free-to-play, are they going to have sort of like DLC or a shop where maybe you can buy certain suits? Or like, how is it going to work? But as far as the interface goes and how the game looks and how it seems like it feels, it is so similar to Overwatch. It's like that meme. You guys probably all know the meme, the homework meme, where it's like, hey, let me copy your homework. And it's like, okay, yeah, you can, but just change it up a little bit. That's literally what this is. I'm also curious how it's going to work like with the maps, like maybe certain iconic places or something in the Gundam universe. I feel like there's a lot they can do with it. I mean, there's a lot you can do with Gundam in general. So maybe, although I am still really surprised by this, it's something that, it's like anything, almost anything can happen nowadays. So maybe I shouldn't have really been that surprised about this. But I did not see this coming. I know a lot of people did not see this coming. I'm all for it, though. It sounds like a blast. Especially loading up with friends, getting in your favorite Gundam suit. Like me, it's most likely all the time going to be Barbatos. I mean, there are other suits that I like, but Barbatos is going to probably be the main one I roll up with every time. I'm also interested in how, like, the certain classes and how because they're not all going to be the same. Like, how is that all going to work? There's a lot of things that we don't know yet, but if it's going this route with how it looks and how the game feels in terms of like being similar to Overwatch, then you would assume it's going to be sort of similar to that. But yeah, I'm actually really excited for this game. I really am. I cannot wait until I'm able to somehow play this. And it also was announced, by the way, that there's a closed beta coming in August. Probably won't be able to get in on that, but this is something to look out for. If you're a Gundam fan, I feel like even if you're not a Gundam fan, I feel like this potentially could be a lot of fun. Like, imagine, I'm just thinking because there's like competitive Overwatch. Imagine competitive Gundam Evolution, man. Competitive Gundam, like what? I'm curious to see what happens with this game in the future. I'm curious to see, you know, what people think of it. People who play like the closed beta and even further into the future in 2022. And as we see more stuff from it as well. Is it gonna do more to where it doesn't totally feel kind of like an Overwatch ripoff? Because that's exactly what it seems like, at least. I guess only time will tell, but as it stands right now, I am excited as heck for this game, and I don't know, let me know your guys' thoughts on this whole thing. Like, what suit would you want to be rolling up into matches with? What, you know, would you, even though it's free to play, would you be cool? Because that seems like what a lot of games are doing now, is they're going the free to play route, and then they have like cosmetics, or they have things in the store that you can buy. So that may be the route that this game goes, that there's only a limited amount of suits on release, and then they add suits over time. Because I know Gundam Versus, man, I don't know if it's going to have as many as Gundam Versus, but that would be really cool. And hopefully by the time this comes out, I'll have more Gundam series under my belt, and I'll be more familiar with certain suits. So yeah, that about does it for this video. Let me know if you guys are excited for this game, if you're going to be looking out for this game, because I know I am going to be. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace.